Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Construction Week's Expo Reactions, where we gather several perspectives from industry experts as well as participants at the World Expo about the recently announced year-long postponement. Today, I'm joined by Mr. Royal Pineda, who is the theme director of the Philippines Pavilion at the Expo 2020 Dubai. Thank you very much for joining us today, and we look forward to hearing your insights.
Thank you for having me here, Disha. It's a pleasure to be with you guys, and of course to all the followers and the viewers. We will be happy to share with you our journey with this present scenario that we all over the world are having.
Happy to have you here. And, I'm going to dive straight in and ask you if you could tell me a little bit more about what makes the Philippines Pavilion so unique and what are visitors going to expect to experience when they visit the World Expo?
We are not here to compete. The presentation of the Philippine Pavilion is we're here to present ourselves, and we are presenting the nature of the Philippines. So the nature of the Philippines is all about, again, it's not just about our places, our destinations, our heritage, but really it's all about the people. It's all about many things that contains humanity.
Right, that's very well said. And I think since you, of course, brought up nature, I would like to shift the focus to something that's become increasingly important, sustainability. I'd like to understand how is the Philippines Pavilion going to focus on sustainability?
I think the concept that we have placed here, which is the practical luxury. So practical luxury is actually a process and a philosophy that we have established and coined to be able to believe and understand that we can always make our lives better through great creations, and not just because we are using expensive materials, expensive stones, expensive claddings, and so on and so forth. This is about triggering what is basic. This is about understanding, and I believe the world at this point with the pandemic, the world is now understanding what matters most. The World Expo Dubai and the Philippine Pavilion, as we conceptualize it, is putting together this concept of practical luxury by doing and building a structure that is actually sourcing everything from Dubai. It's like the very essence of a Filipino house. A Filipino house, which is the bahay, kubo, the nipa, used to be built by common sense. It was all built with common sense. Now, the Bangkóta, with all the materials that we're getting from Dubai, the idea is you have a very low carbon footprint. And it's a blessing because with this pandemic, take note that our materials, all our orders, the materials that we're using are not affected by the delays, because we are not importing them from China, from the other parts of Europe. It's all mostly coming from within the city, or at least the neighboring cities. So that makes this very sustainable.
How is construction progressing on the Philippines side? How much of it is complete and how much of it is yet to be completed?
We're so blessed that we are at 50% from the actual construction percentage. I mean, we're blessed with time. We're now blessed with time. Looking at the silver lining of this scenario.
What are the health and safety as well as precautionary measures that are being taken on site to make sure that work is progressing?
Well, part of what we believe, not just because we are, promoting modernity. As part of modernity is always about trying to relate to the present practices, And what's good is that the World Expo organizers are also very strict, no, in upholding and implementing international protocols and best practices. People are, of course, expected and mandated to do proper testing and the wearing of mask, social distancing. I believe this new normal is just again giving us a new challenge, but I think things are still doable. We don't need to be dragged and be slowed down by this. And I think this trouble set a very good opportunity for us to look into doing things and making sure that we can execute it with pure quality because we are not rushing it, because our concept is all about nature from the beginning, and it's all about going back, no, and seeing what's inside instead of veering away. It's it's a perfect time to amplify this concept because everybody is now in this new, I would say, new consciousness. We all dream and we all wish for this event for the world to be success. That's how I'm thankful with, even if we say that this is a very devastating event, but I think it's also redefining our future. And the World Expo should be the host of that redefinition. The World Expo should be the window to the future.
And while that was all for this episode, we will be back soon with another interesting interview. So until then, watch this space for more. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to Construction Week's YouTube channel. That's all for now. Thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.